Ladies and gents, welcome. Those of you who know me know that I played Dual Universe for quite some time. I invested time streaming, I invested time in creating build guides, and it is a game that's quite close to my heart. That said, there are those of you who also know me and know that I have been fairly disparaging of NovaQuark over more recent months in terms of their direction of travel. My personal grievance was with the way that they didn't tackle some toxic behaviours in what I effectively refer to as the business community. But I'm not here to air my grievances about NovaQuark. In fact, what I'm about to say is probably going to sound surprising to some of you who know me, spurred on by the recent news of Baillie, who is the father of Dual Universe, built by NovaQuark, and the founder of NovaQuark itself, resigning from his post as president. We all know that this has happened, and there has been a tumultuous series of events following the news. Sorry, it's my phone. A tumultuous series of events which unfolded. Wild speculation, the conspiracy theorists having their say on dining out, shall we say, on conspiracy theories, feasting. So what I'd like this to be is the post-dinner coffee, where we reflect on what does this actually mean from a different perspective. So let's start with the facts. What do we actually know? What are the series of events? Minutes of the General Assembly were leaked from the 24th of March 2021, where Jean-Christophe Baillie resigned from his mandate as chairman with effect from the 24th, so that day. The statutory notice period will not be worked, so effectively he resigned and finished that post on the 24th of March. Jean-Christophe Baillie's replacement is a chap called Mr. Nicholas Granatino. Now I'll come on to that individual in a moment. I'm not going to say anything about the person because I don't know him, but I'm going to talk about what I know about his career history more recently. So what do we know? Jean-Christophe Baillie resigned from his post as president. Does that mean he's no longer involved in the development of Dual Universe? Not as far as we know. A day later, Dual Universe on their posts, on their forum, made a post. And it reads thus: Dear Novians, we would like to address the recent speculations that have risen in our community and openly disclose some changes that are happening at NovaQuark. First and foremost, NovaQuark continues to be supported by its long-term investors to allow it to launch Dual Universe in line with its original vision. It also puts us in a position to attract experienced talent to complement the team that's already in place so that we can continue to improve the game. Next week, we will share with you what we think our priorities should be for Dual Universe and how we hope to approach the development of the game with improved processes going forward. An important change to note is that Jean-Christophe, the founder of NovaQuark, has transitioned from the day-to-day management of the team to better focus on his position as a board member. He retains board membership. He is still a director of the company, just not president. Over the years since the creation of NovaQuark, JC designed and set the standards for the structural and conceptual foundation of the game, and he feels now that a solid base is there for him to move forward as a strategic advisor. The recent changes in the administrative presidency of the company only reflect the transition of JC to his new role. He's not leaving. We're excited to have the team he has built deliver on his vision for the game. Still his vision. Rest assured that NovaQuark's future is in good hands and there is a strong partnership between our long-term investors and our team. We believe that the future is bright for the game and for the company, and we cannot wait to tell you where we want to take Dual Universe. So these are the facts as we know them. JC's resigned from his presidency. He's maintaining a board position. He will continue to be involved in the development of the game in a capacity which we currently do not know. This is the bit that I wanted to talk about primarily, and then I'll go on to how we could speculate about this. My data shows that NovaQuark employ 40 people. Whether those are full-time employees or not, I do not know, but they employ 40 people. JC had a dream. He had a vision. He wanted to create a game. He was passionate about the emergence, as he calls it, that he wanted to see in this game. And one simple announcement of his resigning from the post of presidency has caused such wild speculation that I'm almost embarrassed to call myself a member of the community. Board positions change all the time. People step up and step down into chief exec, managing director roles, whatever you want to call it. The behaviour of the community in the public Discord, and I haven't seen it, but I believe that the public Discord was hacked, the bots were hacked, and people were having a field day going crazy. Now put yourself in the shoes of an employee at NovaQuark. You've serviced this community, you've worked hard, you've supported JC in his passion. Content creators, some anyway, were favoured by NovaQuark and given the opportunity to take information about the game to the wider public. They were given opportunities to interview JC Baillie. It was his dream, it was his passion, and from the information I'm seeing here, this is 7 years in the making. Now just imagine that the community you built this game for turned on you in such a way that they were prepared to trash your Discord. Imagine the community managers who have serviced this community and are working hard. They may be concerned about their jobs, naturally. And whilst this is going on, they might be worried about paying their household bills. They might be worried about, are they going to keep their post? Do they need to start looking for another job? And the very community that should be there to support them, the gaming community, we should pull together, just attacked. And it's, for me, it's embarrassing. Now, I'm not pointing the finger at everyone here, because there is always a minority, and a vocal minority, who can take over. What's the phrase? A rotten apple can spoil a barrel. But just put yourself in the shoes of the people who are in this, who are working. JC's passion, his vision. He's been pursuing this for 7 years. It could be his life stream for all we know. And these 40 employees who are sitting in the middle of this. I'm not going to labour the point, but you get what I'm saying. I may not agree with NovaQuark, I may not, and I do not like some of the activities that they undertook, or lack of, in tackling some toxic behaviours in the content creators community, but they've always honoured what they said they would do. To me, for me, they've recently paid me my affiliate payments. They are one of the few organisations who have supported the community as best they could. I don't think they were ready for the uptake once they went to beta, but these are people, these are fellow human beings. They have livelihoods, they have homes, they have families, they have mortgages and bills they need to meet, and at a time when they need us the most, it seems like a large proportion of the community, or certainly a vocal proportion of the community, decided to have a field day speculating, causing turmoil. Let's get behind them. Let's get behind NovaQuark and say, okay, how can we help? How can we help keep this dream alive? Let's help these guys. Let's not turn on them. That said, I'm now going to enter into my speculation. I'm going to come back to talking about Mr. Nicholas Granatino. Not on an individual level, I'm going to talk about what my investigations have uncovered. Nicholas Granatino runs an organisation called Endurance Ventures, EnduranceVentures.com. This is an organisation which advises companies and acts as a venture capitalist. Let me just double check I'm reading this. Established in June 2012 as a limited liability partnership, Endurance Ventures is an independent technology venture capital firm based in London. Founded by Nicholas Granatino and Pierre Endurand. Forgive my pronunciation. Endurance Ventures is focused on digital media, content management and knowledge economy enabler startups in the converging consumer and enterprise ecosystems. Their team is two, Declan Caulfield, who's a partner, and Nicholas Granatino, co-founder and partner. That's from their website. Their blog is non-existent. There is a link on the website, but I see nothing there. So I'm going to look at their portfolio. I'm going to read out the portfolio, and I'm then going to speculate, because I have actually a huge amount of experience working with venture capital private equity firms in my previous career before I entered into full-time content creation. I know how the beasts work. So Endurance Ventures LLP have a current portfolio of 3 organisations. Chronicle, which was founded by Nicholas Granatino, InPlayer, a video monetization platform, and NovaQuark. The former portfolio of companies advised on by Endurance Ventures principals are, and I'll give their history, Intellicore, Sports Data Science and Warehouse, closed 2019. Flubit, Dynamic Bespoke Offer Pricing Engine, exited, sold to Monetary Unit in July 2018. Love Live channeling music, digital music production and rights management platform, closed. September 2017. Foreclosed here, I'm working on the assumption that the company was closed down. Mendeley, cloud collaboration platform for academics. Exited, sold to Reed Elsevier plc in April 2013. Contentment, a digital content publishing and ad technology platform. Exited, sold to Sono News in September 2015. MediaCore, a learning management software. Now I know an awful lot about LMSs because I've worked in them for quite some time in my career. Exited, sold to Workday Inc. in 2015. And then Stupeflix, cloud video editing platform. Exited, sold to GoPro in February 2016. What does this tell us? So we've got two organisations that have been closed by Endurance Ventures or by the people they were advising. And then you have 5 organisations which were developed to the point where they were sold. So made into an asset that was worthy, commodity. So they now have Chronicle, which is a collaborative content curation and enrichment platform, I assume, InPlayer, a video monetization platform, and NovaQuark, Dual Universe, a next-gen MMORPG. So let's speculate now. Let's enter into the realm of speculation. One of two things will happen with Dual Universe and NovaQuark. They will either be closed, or they will be exited, in inverted commas, sold on. Now, those people who have invested large sums of money in the game, have supported from the outset of the alpha, and anyone who has a passion for gaming and a desire to see dreams like this succeed will want NovaQuark to be developed to the point where it is a saleable asset. That's my passion. I may not play the game ever. I may not agree with some of the decisions that were made. I certainly felt isolated and ignored as a content creator, but I cannot fault them for delivering on everything that they have said they would deliver, certainly for content creators. Yes, they've made some decisions that large proportions of the community disagreed with, but those decisions were made pursuing JC's dream of having a platform that forced collaboration. It forced players to work together in organisations. Yeah, it's not great for the solo player, and that's why I'm not playing it anymore, but this is his dream, this is his passion. That's my penneth. What does this mean for the future of NovaQuark? Well, potentially, it's quite bright. Where could we see venture capital, private equity organisation move to? Well, my experience of the private equity organisations is that, rightly so, they are first and foremost driven by revenue, income, decisions. They will, if needed, cut costs. They will commoditize where necessary. I suspect that we will see an acceleration into a cash shop for custom skins. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think if we can support the organization by having an additional revenue stream, that will help the development in the long term. Subscriptions are what they are. I don't know what the subs numbers are. People tell me that it's very quiet in game. So there's two routes that this could go down. The decisions that will be made will now be made from a commercial perspective only. Removing JC Baillie unfortunately means that they are removing the passion and the desire and the will to drive something forward, and they will be making purely logical, pragmatic commercial decisions that will affect game development. Whether that affects game development in a positive light or not, that's down to us to decide as the community. Should we throw a couple of quid in each to buy a custom skin if that appears? Should we renew our subs for another 3 months? But let's be honest, we need to support NovaQuark. We need to think about the people who work there. We need to think about their concerns about their future. And if we love the game, let's support it. Let's put good vibes out there into the gaming community and continue to make people aware that there is a game like this that exists that they may want to play. That's my penneth. I mean, it's just, I always try to see everything from another person's perspective, put myself in their shoes and say, how emotionally would I be responding to this? If I was a community manager on that Discord server, what would be my emotional response to the community? Probably not good. Probably not loved, probably not supported, and at a time when they probably need it the most. That's it. I'm done. I think that the future could still be bright for Dual Universe. In fact, I think it will be. And I think with JC still involved, he still gets to influence the dream, the passion that was his, that started all of this off. So from my perspective, NovaQuark, I would like to say we didn't always agree. I may not like the game and the direction of travel that you're taking it in, but I genuinely wish you the best of luck of making this a success. That's it from me. That's Waffles with Wozz. I think it's number 4. Who knows? If you liked hearing me talk shit, think about subscribing. And if you want to catch me streaming, I normally stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays from 1900 British summertime, which is, I think, 1800 UTC or 2000 CET, or pick your time zone. And thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Bye for now.